Hey guys! Today I want to talk about the 3 different things I do after I finish a first draft. The other night I finished writing a short story. It took me 2 days to write it. I still don't have a title. I have a hard time coming up with titles, so I'm still working on the title. But it made me think about there's 3 different things at least that I do, at least one of them after, not at least, I do one of them after I finish writing a first draft. And so I wanted to do a video about it, and I'd love to hear what happens to you, what do you do after your first draft. So make sure to leave a comment below in the comment section and like this video, and let's talk. So writer to writer, this is what I do. First thing, I finish a short story, and the book is upside down. So I finish a short story, I'm done writing it, and I feel good with it. I'm so enthused about it that come back and I just start on the second draft. I just start pounding out the second draft. I love it. I reread the first draft, I figure out what needs to go, what can stay. Yeah, that's the fun part. Second thing that happens more times than the first thing is, okay, so I am done with the short story. First draft done. I close the book, I come back and I sit down to read it, to reread it, see what I want to change, and I just can't get past the first sentence because it's like, ooh, I'm done with this story. It's not like it's bad and I don't like it, it's just that I don't want to read it again. It's like, I'm done. I just can't handle this right now. I don't want to deal with this story again. So that's what happened the other night. So what usually happens after that though is I give myself a break. I just need a breathing time, you know. I just need bubble space away from the story, and then I come back to it maybe a couple days, maybe a week, maybe a month, and then it's like I got fresh eyes, I can take a deep breath, and it feels good. I'm excited, and you know, bam, I start drafting like crazy. It's good. It's all good. Then the third thing. The third thing, it happens not as much as it used to. When I was younger, it happened a lot. The more I write, the less it seems to happen. I finish a short story. Let's reenact this again. Finish a short story. I'm done. I close it. Come back and feel like, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna figure this out. I come back to it and I'm like, oh, this is, I still don't like the story. It's not like the second one where I'm like, I just need a break. I can't handle it right now. I don't want to deal with this right now. It's more like, I just don't like this story right now. Ugh. And so then I put it away in a drawer, in a pile of paper, in a folder on my computer. And then I come back to it a month later and I'm still feeling that feeling. And so then I decide, this is a story that I'm not going to dump. I'm not going to throw this away because I took time, and time is valuable, to write this. I'm just not going to draft it in the foreseeable future, if you know what I mean. So that's the third thing. Redraft. Bonus. There's a bonus thing I do. There will be times when I'm feeling good about what I wrote, and I'll finish the first draft, come back and be like, this doesn't need a second draft, darling. You're done. You just need to edit this. First draft, perfect. You know? And so I edit it, I feel good with it, I put it aside, come back a couple months and I'm like, oh gosh, I need the second draft of this. I need more drafts of this. But when it comes to drafting poems, for me at least, I do it very differently than when I do fiction. I do the second one, I take a break, I come back to it, and I do more reading through. Like when I'm drafting a poem. Well, this is funny. So when I was a teenager, I decided I wanted to be a poet when I was 14. And so I thought that when you wrote a poem, that spark of inspiration that inspired you to write the poem, you know, made that poem so magical that you shouldn't change anything in the poem. So I would write tons of poems and never edit them. And then one day, somewhere in my late teens, I realized I need to start editing these things, because just because I thought in that moment it felt good, I should leave it. That's not logical. So that's a side story. When it comes to editing a poem, that's different in the sense that I just give myself more time and I read it through a lot more, because I just want to hear how the rhythm is. I want to hear how the words go together. What is the feeling that comes across when you're reading it and then when you finish it. So there you have it, guys. That is the 3 things I do, and I'd love to hear what you do. List them below in the comments. I'll reply to each and every one of you, and let's just keep writing like yourself, which means to write like a snowflake, which means to write like yourself. And I will talk to you later. Thanks guys for listening. It means a lot. And then she walked off awkwardly, trying to figure out if she ended this vlog correctly. And then I would come back in the second draft and be like, cut that ending off and make it more cool. Yeah, that's what editing is for.